Can you go ahead and start that recording for us? Perfect. Thank you so much for y'all time, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be your host for the evening. This is Will Zanders, and you have to forgive my bummy attire. It is cold in Florida right now, which is shocking. I was unprepared for that, so we're bundled up with hoodies on in the house down here in Florida right now. But it'll be a lot warmer uh, come our January boot camp event, which I'm actually going to be renaming before the end of this call. But it's going to be the last weekend in January, Orange Beach, Alabama. The tickets are sold out already. So anybody who hadn't got a ticket for that event, I'm sorry. Those tickets sold out within 2 or 3 days, which as they usually do. If we will not have an online portion this next January for that event. If we do decide to get a demand enough, we will look at the event center. There is a larger room. We may decide to get a larger room to accommodate more people, but it really just depends on the demand. That's going to be like a combination of a weekend of fun, festivities, fellowship, learning how to make money, learning about products. It's going to feel more like a mix between a boot camp and a family reunion, quite frankly. And it's in Orange Beach, Alabama, some of the most beautiful secret beaches in the world. And it's going to be uh, the last weekend in January of 2024. So just want to give you all a heads up on that. And for everybody who's lucky enough to get a ticket quick, can't wait to see y'all in person. Okay, so that being said, let's dive into the information. I want to start this one off with three questions for you, and it's the same three questions that I was asked when I first got started in this industry. And these are three questions that when my sponsor and my mentors and uplines asked me this, I didn't know that them asking me these questions was setting me up for success with the process that you're going to learn tonight. And I'll tell you why. This is an EMF bracelet, Shauna, on my wrist right there. This protects me from like different types of radiation, magnetic frequencies, and things like that. What a lot of people don't know right here, I got multiple cell phones, a laptop, plenty of chargers, and all of these devices that we use give off EMF, electromagnetic frequency radiation. And that type of stuff isn't really harmful in the short term, but in the long term, it will age you far faster. It will age your body on the inside, kind of like standing in front of an open microwave for 6 years in a row. So you really got to watch that stuff. And a lot of the health issues people are coming up with right now that people have no idea where they came from, it's going to be because we got devices everywhere. Basically, yes. Thank you, Tom. He's absolutely brilliant. It's literally a Faraday cage for your body. Yeah, but I can send you the same link that I get these from. I got several, and the ones that I use, you can actually take the certain things off and replace them with different metals and different minerals and objects and gems and stones to have different results and whatnot. So, but I stay protected from all this kind of stuff. I know I'm a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. Yeah, that's that guy. And no, I didn't get the vaccine. And yes, I think that the military is awesome, but I think our government's a little suspect. Those are just my personal beliefs, and you don't have to like them. When you do your own calls, you can have your personal beliefs. But I'm a Christian and a patriot. I love my country. I love Jesus. I love all y'all on this call, and I'm not ashamed to say it. So that being said, let's dive into the information. Let's get it popping. The three questions I want you to write down. Number one, and answer these questions for yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. They'll change the whole dynamic in your projection of this business. And this is important because we have a lot of brand new people on the call who've joined our company in the last weeks and months. So this is going to be especially a call for y'all. And I'll have some advanced information at the end for my veterans. Okay. So right now, though, first question, how good do you want to be on a scale of 1 to 10 in this industry? You know that this industry pays out. This is no exaggeration. This industry that we're in pays out $200 million a day in commissions all around the world. I'm gonna say that one more time. Every single day, this industry of network marketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing, call it what you want, pays out $200 million a day in commissions to people just like you and me all around the world, and that's 365 days a year. So when I ask you how good do you want to be, the question becomes how big a piece of that pie do you want on a scale of 1 to 10? And don't be afraid to put in the chat. Go ahead and put in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10. How good do you want to be? And they asked me that question, and I hadn't really got involved in the industry heavy at that time. And I told them a 10. I'm a 10. I want to be great. I want to be one of the greatest of all time. And then I learned as I had success and became a $1 million earner and helped people become $1 million earners in this industry, I learned that I didn't want to be one of the best of all time. I wanted to be just the best that I could be. Okay, but a 10. That's what I wanted to be. The second question they asked was, they said, okay, young man, I understand. Well, let's ask you this. What is your desire to learn? On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your desire to learn the skills that if you already had them, you'd be wealthy already, or you'd be wealthier? You wouldn't be on this call because you'd already know everything. So the question becomes, what is your desire to learn on a scale of 0 to 10? And I said 10. And I said, okay, that's what everybody says, but sounds good to me. So they're just taking imaginary notes. And so I'm a 10 and a 10, okay? One more question for you, everybody on here tonight. And this is the one that catches everybody. I can tell you it caught me and almost derailed my career. The last question they asked me, how good do you want to be? They asked me, what is your desire to learn? Because you got to learn some stuff. And the last thing, see, Tamika said an 8. So that's good that Tamika's being honest. Tamika's like, hey, bro, honestly, I don't really need to learn all this stuff. I kind of think I know everything already, or I only need to learn a little bit. And here's what I would say. Not singling Tamika out. I'm glad she's being honest about her desire to learn. I wish it was a way. I'm gonna just tell you, I wish it was a way where you could learn 80% of the stuff and make 80% of the money. And I'm speaking to everybody. I wish there was a way where, Will, I don't want to become $1 million earner. I just want to do half the work you did, half the work Coach Marcus did, and I'm very content with half of the money. I wish it worked that way. It don't. If it's not a 10, I'm gonna just be frank with you, you're probably gonna fail. Okay. And why do I say that? Because insurance company statistics, and you can put this all under number 2, desire to learn, because you're going to have to take this information and give it to people one day. Insurance company statistics tell us that 70% of people are going to die broke, no matter what they do. And I'm not saying anybody on here is going to die broke, but I'm saying the numbers are 70% of people are going to die broke, in debt, dependent on their family or the government for their sustenance. That is life. That's how it works. And that's in America. It's even worse in other countries. I can tell you, it's even worse in other countries. So when I figured out that 70% of people die broke, I had to look and go, okay, obviously I want to be in the 30%. What happened is in my network marketing business, I realized those numbers were the same because it's the same people from society coming into your organizations. So I can tell y'all right now, this is some hard truth that you're just going to have to accept. 70% of your team is going to die broke. They're going to quit. I know, Will, don't tell us that. Don't. I got my new members on the call, Will. Don't tell them that. Listen, 70% of real estate agents don't even renew their license after their first year. More than 80% of real estate agents don't even sell a house ever. They pay all that money for all of those courses and certifications and real estate licenses. And guess what? Guess what? They don't sell a single house ever. Most real estate agents never sell a single house. I got to give y'all the truth. Most people who invest in stocks don't get rich in the stock market. I'm just telling you things that are really honest because I don't want anybody to get involved with this business model, especially on this call. And then you be shocked and amazed at the fact that, well, somebody quit my team. That's expected. Okay. So you do have to have a very, very high desire to learn. Now, let me be fair. Tamika might be the absolute genius. Tamika might already know everything, honestly. And Tamika might be the person who can get away with just learning 80% of the stuff and making all the money. And I really hope that happens. I can just tell you personally, I was not that person. This guy here, I didn't have any of the skills. When you get involved in this business model, you're probably going to try to take the skills that you already have from your life and your career and apply them to this business model. It won't work. It's like basically working at Walmart and then getting a job at Chick-fil-A and trying to use your Walmart cash register, stock. You can stock the shelves. It's using your Walmart skill set at Chick-fil-A. It's a whole different rule book you got to learn. When you go to the NFL, they give you a playbook this thick, right? You got to learn the plays for that team. You can learn the plays for the other team, very relevant, because this team got a different quarterback who throws the ball a different way, a different O-line, different offensive coordinator. You're going to have to learn new skills no matter what. So that's question number 2. What is your desire to learn on the scale of 0 to 10? Okay. Last but not least, the last question. This is my favorite one because it's the toughest one. On a 0 to 10, last question. What is your willingness to change? What is your willingness to change? That is the question. That's the last question and the most important one. And I can tell you, it's a 0 to 10. And if it's not at least a 9 or a 10, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna really, really struggle to have the results. And the thing that's really gonna hurt you the most, I'm gonna be frank, the thing that's gonna hurt you the most internally, right? Can I be honest with y'all tonight? I really would like to be, is gonna be that you may not have the desire to learn, and you may be at a 6 or a 7 or a 5 or a 7 or 8, somewhere up in there. You may have a willingness to change. Like, I'll change some stuff, Will, but I'm not going to change everything. But I'm going to tell you, if it's moral, ethical, or legal and will help you grow into this business, I'd probably do it because I'm that addicted to freedom. Okay. and you only got to learn some skills one time. You only got to learn the stuff one time, and then you only have to do the stuff temporarily, and then you create a residual income that'll pay you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, sometimes $100,000 a month, if not more, for the rest of your life. I'm going to say that one more time because people who are brand new may not understand the concept. You can learn the skills one time. You don't have to learn them again. There's only so many skills to learn. Learn them, get it over with. And then number two, you only have to change your routine, change your lifestyle a little bit. Use those skills for a limited amount of time, because when you're done building your business, you will have created an asset that will pay you a residual income of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, sometimes $100,000 a month or more. And you don't have to go learn the skills again, and you don't have to go work again. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you, it's just the truth. It's no ifs or buts about it. Okay, so when they told me those three things, I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to get as close, being honest with yourself, to a 10 on those as possible. Because if you're not at a 10, if let's say you're at a 10 at all three, it's still not a guarantee you're going to be a success. But if you're not at a 10 at all three at some point in your career, even if it's temporarily, it is a high likelihood you will not be successful. And I'm sorry, but that is the honest truth. I don't want anybody getting mad at me saying, Will Sanders told me I was going to make $1 million overnight. You're a liar. Will Sanders said that we cannot claim that or claim that our products treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And I cannot claim that you're going to make any significant amount of income. I can only tell you true stories like mine and myself and others. And I can show you exactly what we did step by step, like I'm going to do tonight, to make a whole bunch of money. So that's kind of where we're at. So get those three questions in your head, and don't be afraid to ask them to your new members. Now, we are going to be talking about tonight new member orientation. You can write that down. I'm going to take you through a new member orientation. I wish I could be with each and every one of you in person to really dive into this, but limited me, limited time, limited everything. We have to do it online. And don't be afraid to go through this process, because 80% of network marketers have never had a new member orientation. And 80% of network marketers have no idea. 80% of network marketers who have had a new member orientation do not know how to teach a new member how to get started off properly. Okay, so we're going to dive into that information tonight. And just learning this information, it's going to automatically take you into the top 20% of network marketers. Yep, I didn't either, Sean. I had to catch this on the back end of my network marketing career when I was tired of failing. Okay, yes, I've been there. So number one, when you join, the first thing you want to do is actually not going to be enroll. We'll talk about that next. The first step is actually not buying your products. I know, shocker. The first thing you need to do when you're really serious about getting started is to develop mental and emotional barriers to exit that are greater than the obstacles you have to overcome to win. I'm going to say it 2 more times, but this is being recorded. The first thing you want to do as a new member, or as someone who just sponsored a new member, you want to create, okay, write down mental and emotional barriers to exit that are greater than the obstacles you'll have to overcome in order to win, okay? One more time. You have to create, write down, create mental and emotional barriers to exit, okay? Reasons to not leave, basically. Mental and emotional barriers to exit that are greater than the obstacles you have to overcome to win. Now, why is this? Because with any business, there is a barrier to entry. With any profession, there's a barrier to entry. And the bigger the barrier to entry, the bigger the commensurate barrier to exit. Okay? The harder it is to start something, the harder it is to leave it. That is life. All right? In network marketing, there's a very small barrier to entry. Not a lot of money, maybe 100 CV order, sometimes a 50 BV order, not a lot of money. 100 some bucks, come on, for a business, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But guess what? Because that's not a whole lot of money for anybody, if they have a job, it's not a lot of money for anybody. It's easy to leave. I'm just out $100. I got some products. I had a rough day today. I'll quit. Okay. My mom told me, or my wife told me, or my husband told me, or my significant other told me, or my broke uncle who still lived with my grandmother told me that it's a scam or a scheme. I probably need to quit. Okay, so what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is create those strong mental and emotional barriers to exit. That should come in the form of a list of 20 reasons why. You need to write down 20 reasons why you want to be successful in this business. Well, not the only reason I'm even here with the success I've had for myself, my friends, and my family, the accolades or whatever. The only reason I'm even here is because when I first got started, after I was tired of sucking and not being very good, I actually read some articles that taught me about writing down your goals and goal setting. And then later in my career, I had mentors who told me, yeah, this is definitely what you want to do. So had I not wrote down arcade machines, I love video games and arcades. If I hadn't wrote that down, the stuff I wanted, a Dodge Challenger with a supercharged Dodge Challenger with Lamborghini doors. If I didn't write that down brand new off the lot, if I didn't want that, if I didn't write that down, if I didn't want to write down $5,000 a month. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot to me now, but when I was first starting out, boy, that was a boatload of money. $5,000 a month was what I wrote down because that would allow me to achieve my fourth reason why, which is retiring from my career. And I was in law enforcement back in the day, over a decade ago. So I was able to retire in my 30s. I wasn't supposed to retire to my 60s, but I retired fully in my 30s and been happily unemployed ever since because I wrote a list down of some stuff that I wanted to do for me, some stuff I wanted to do for my family, some stuff I wanted to do for my friends, some vacations I wanted to go on, some debts I wanted to pay off, some things I wanted to have. I wrote all these things down and that kept me engaged and kept me in the game. So you want to create strong mental and emotional barriers to exit that are greater to you than the obstacles you have to overcome to win. The last example I'll give you is, for example, let's take Tommy. Now, love Tommy to death, super, super great guy. Let's say me and Tommy wanted to start a restaurant franchise and we wanted to go out to Las Vegas where Coach Marcus lives and we want to start a restaurant franchise. Let's say, for example, we wanted to start an Italian restaurant on Miracle Mile, right by the Palazzo, by the Venetian. That's going to cost us a lot of money. Let's say we invested $500,000 to start this restaurant. And let's say we are both in the hole $250,000, okay? And let's say our first month or 2 or 3, we really aren't making the money we thought we would make, okay? Let's say 6 months in, me and Tommy as business partners with Coach Marcus, each of us is in the hole $250,000, $750,000 in the hole, and we're not making our money back yet. Our restaurant is really, by all practical purposes, a flop. Are we just going to say, you know what, scrap it, guys, we out? Let's just cut our losses. Let's cut our $750,000 and that we invested, and let's just quit and just move on and go find something else to do. We will not do that because, thank you, Tommy, because that's a big barrier to exit, man. I'm in the hole 750. I'm gonna keep going. In fact, if there are other restaurants on Miracle Mile that are successful, there are other Italian restaurants that are successful, but ours isn't. It's not that the business model doesn't work. It's we're doing something. So we would start to look at our parking. We would look at our chef, our dishes, what people need. How's our customer service up front? How's our hostess treating people? How's the decor? Are our chairs comfortable? Is the temperature right? We would start looking to fix things that were wrong. And then we'd win. In network marketing, the problem is people get started in this business model. Other people are making a ton of money at the same company you at, by the way. Same companies you at, people killing it, but you're not killing it. And instead of saying, you know what, I need to figure it out, learn some stuff, do some stuff, figure some things out, get on some training calls, read a book. Instead of fixing the issues, I'm going to just quit. I'm going to just quit. I'm going to go find another company to do. I'm going to just quit. I'm going to just go quit. I'm going to go find something else to do. Okay, well, thank you. Willingness to change. So the first thing you want to do before you even get serious is going to be to write down mental and emotional barriers to exit so that you can, so that you stay in the game long enough mentally. That's number one, mental and emotional barriers to exit. Number two, the second step in starting off a new member. Okay, second thing is going to be to place an appropriate initial order. Okay, that's number two. Place an appropriate initial order. 5 very important words. When someone gets started, let's say I had a great opportunity yesterday to talk to a young man named Steven. And I don't know, Steven may be on the Zoom or not, but I got to talk on the phone with Steven. We're getting him set up and we're going through these processes of asking questions. But one of the things Steven did, he decided to place an appropriate initial order with his sponsor, that's MJ. So what happened is he said he wanted to make a certain amount of money. And to make that amount of money relatively quickly, he wanted to do 100 BV ordership on the HBN side. He was like, man, I'm doing 100 BV. I want the gift cards. I want the training. I don't want to go small and do 25 BV or 50 BV. What's the most I can do to start making significant income relatively quickly? 100 BV. That's the obvious answer because the computer pay plan is going to pay you out more money for the same amount of work. Plus you get products, plus you get a bunch of gift cards. So for him, because he wanted to make significant amount of money, and Steven already makes good money, he works a lot of hours. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that if he watches this on recording or if he's here, but he works a lot of hours, makes a lot of money, but doesn't have a lot of time. Hello, that's familiar. That's how a lot of us work. Okay. We just work too much. It was too much. Okay. And so, but the money was decent, right? And so what happens is for a person who wants to come in and replace us, oh, there's Steven. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. So basically, for someone who wants to come in and replace the income over time, he made an order, an initial order that was appropriate. The key word is that your new member needs to make an appropriate initial order. And the initial order appropriateness is not based on what you want them to do. You need to ask enough questions to know what they want to do. What is the vision, even short term, for their life? And that'll help you be a good consultant and get them on the right track. Okay. Let's say, for example, you're talking to a single parent. And this particular single parent is already working nights. They don't have a lot of money. They got to stay home with the kids, and they just need to make a couple extra dollars to make ends meet. They'll figure the rest out when they go. They may not have the capital up front. A single parent may not at that time have the capital to get a VP kit, or maybe on the go designer side, do the 50 BV. Maybe for them, the most important thing they can do is not even a 25 CV with HBN. Maybe it's 12.95. Maybe it's the 10 BV order with Go Designer, our sister company. Maybe that's just the best thing they can do right now because it's appropriate for them. So all I'm asking you is, don't just assume the appropriateness. Don't just tell them the cheapest thing because you think that's what's going on in their life. Don't just tell them the most expensive thing. Be a good consultant, be a good friend, explain the differences, okay? Explain you get this with this package, you get this amount of products, your pay plan is gonna be bigger, and you get gift cards over here. You don't get all that, but at least you get the opportunity to earn this amount and this, that, and the third. So place an appropriate initial order. That's number 2. Number 3, okay, very, very, very important. We're gonna hone in on this one for a second. Set up auto ship if appropriate. The word appropriate showed up again. Okay. At number 2, the amount of their initial order appropriateness is determined by their mental and emotional barriers to exit. What is their 20 reasons why they want to be successful? If they want to make $2 million a year and they write that down as one of their mental and emotional barriers to exit, I want to become a multimillionaire, then their appropriate initial order is going to be close to the 100 BV level, maybe even a VP pack. Okay. The third thing, though, set up auto ship if appropriate. Now, again, it's going to determine about how much product they want, how much they think they're going to enjoy the product, and how big do they want the financial upside of this to be. Okay. If a person says, I'm not really looking to make money right now, I just want to kind of test the products out. And if I like the products, I'll come back and order them next month and we can talk business next month. That's perfectly fine. That person is a prospective customer, not a business builder. So don't tell your customers or people who just want to test out the product one time, oh, this product's so good, you should get it every single day. It's called every day. You need to order it every day. No, not at all. It depends on them and what they want. Yeah, be a sponsor, literally. Be a friend, like be a good consultant, right? That's exactly what you want to be across the board. So set up auto ship if appropriate. Now, when I first got involved in the business, I was ready to make money. I wanted to retire from my full-time job as fast as possible, like yesterday fast, okay? So for me, auto ship was the only option because every business has overhead. Yeah, exactly. A lot of customers are going to be business builders for sure if you treat them right. Okay? And so let me write this down. I don't want to forget this. There we go. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. So yeah, auto ship's where it's at. Auto ship on the first of the month, because if you don't do first of the month, you're going to miss out on some money. You can do it later, but there are certain bonuses that you'll possibly miss out on if your auto ship isn't at the first of the month. Now, when we're talking about if it's appropriate, every business has auto ship. I mean, has literally automatic bills they got to pay every month. Here, it's only about $100 at the maximum. All right, that's not a lot at all. If me and Tommy and Marcus had that restaurant in Vegas we were talking about, we would have to pay probably a 5-figure lease every month, 10 grand every month minimum, okay, for the space. We got to buy food every month, uniforms every month. We do have to pay the workers. We don't want to work. We're the business owners. We don't want to be, we got to pay the chef. We got to pay insurance. We got to pay all these certificates. We have to license and permits. We got a ton of stuff to do. And that's on the low end. That's not even talking about marketing campaigns, TV commercials, flyers, this, that, and the third. Oh, don't even mention taxes. God, taxes theft. That's a fact, okay? At least how it is over here in America. So my point is, the auto ship, every business has one. And in this particular industry, you can never create a stable, duplicatable, predictable business without autoship. Autoship, quite literally, autoship, excuse me, keeps products flowing, and people love our products so much. Me personally, just in one hand, I can already reach over and reach one, two, three, four, five, six, seven products right here. And they are so many more that I can just reach over here and grab and start facilitating, not counting all the other superfood powders and whatnot, and even TLC on. Like I got tons of our products here because I love them so much. And what that means is I want to have products coming into my home every single month because these products have changed my life and they changed the life of my friends and family. Now, autoship is the lifeblood of your business. If you don't have autoship, you don't have a business, you have a cadaver. Dawn says she got 10 products when they're in her purse. Yeah, I could totally believe it. And rightfully so. These products are incredible. We love them. They're incredible. Okay. And so what ends up happening is, yeah, autoship. Thank you, Jessica. Autoship gives you a chance to try a lot. But let me do this. As we close out this number 3, which says set up autoship if appropriate. Okay, if appropriate, I'm gonna close this one out with a story. Okay, one of my sponsors in the industry's name is Randy. Randy does not mind if I tell his story. And Randy lost a very public battle with drugs and alcohol. I'm gonna be honest with you. He lost a very public battle with drugs and alcohol. And Randy ended up incarcerated for the better part of 3 years. Okay. But because he built this business and his business was built on autoship over the course of the 3 years where he was in jail, prison, or rehab, totally unable to build his business, over the course of that 3 years, he made roughly $9 million in commissions and didn't do a single call or a single meeting. Why? Because for the previous year, yes, I said $9 million. So about $3 million a year, and he didn't build his business for 3 years in a row. Because he understood that if you build a business around the culture of autoship, this is going to be the best thing for you and your organization because no other way can you create a stable, duplicatable, predictable income. Autoship, again, is the blood of it's the lifeblood of your business. And without it, you don't have a business, you have a cadaver. All you'll have is some sporadic orders. That's not a good thing. You should be very proud of autoship and you should let people know that autoship is it's only appropriate if you want to build a business and make a lot of money. That was number 3, set up autoship if appropriate. Number 2 was place an appropriate initial order. And number 1 is create strong mental and emotional barriers to exit. Number 4, okay, you can write this down, BOB, back office basics. You see this term a lot around here. Back office basics. You need to learn the basics of building an online business, but the number 1 place to start is in your back office, okay? To start in the back office. You need to know and understand the components in the back office. That's number 4. BOB, back office basics. Why? You always need to know more than your customer. You need to know more than your prospect. And the way that you learn these basic things and get it and understand these things, the back office basics, is this is what I personally recommend for everybody when you first join. Click on 3 links a day. When you first join the business, log in to your back office and click on 3 links a day. This is the best habit you can ever create. At the end of 90 days, you've clicked on almost 200 links and you know more than 80% of network marketers do about their back office because nobody does that. Nobody gets in the back office and really looks around and gets the information of how to learn the basics of their back office. That's where your product is. That's where your inventory is. That's where your business volume is. That's where your monthly projections are. You can see how much money you made last month and the month before. If you know where to click, you can see how much money you made in the last 12 months, and it's broken down into different itemized columns. Business owners pay thousands and thousands of dollars a month for software like this. All you got to do is buy a product and you get the back office for free. Ridiculous, but good for you. It's a win for you. The company does it as a calculated tax loss. They lose a lot of money on giving away these websites for literally no money in the vain hopes that more than 70% of people won't die broke. It is what it is, okay? So yeah, you want to click on 3 links a day. And let me give you a little bit more incentive on why you should do that, okay? Why you should do that. Because this is something I learned. If I know the answer, I won't get asked the question. There's something spiritual that takes place when you know the information you need to know. When you know the ingredients about a product, they won't ask you about the product. They'll just buy it. When you know if you know that you can help someone build a business and they don't have to die broke like 70% of Americans, They won't ask you if it's a pyramid scheme or a scam. They're going to be like, man, I'm in. Something about this guy. I trust him. Listen, I'm going to say it one more time. When you know the answer, you won't get asked the question. The reason why a lot of people give objections, this is going to be good. The reason that thank you, Jess, you hit it right on the head. The reason why some people get a lot of objections is because deep down, those are the things that they aren't sold on themselves. When people are steady asking you, is it a pyramid scheme? Or I can't tell you the last time I ever heard that question. Is it a pyramid scheme? Is it a scam? Is it a pyramid scheme? It's because deep down on the subconscious level, you may not be really sure that this is 100% business. You got involved, you love the products, you may have gotten paid before, but you don't understand the business model enough to have the belief needed. Because if you had the subconscious belief, like the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you know the answer, you probably won't get asked the question. So the number one thing you can do to learn how to handle objections, learn how to handle them, and then guess what's going to happen? People will probably stop coming to you with objections. It was so funny. When I was a kid growing up, I used to fight all the time. Once I really learned how to fight, though, went to class, started fighting MMA, cage fights, judo, jiu-jitsu, karate, kickboxing, you name it. Everything except for John Wick gunplay, I've done it and fought it, got my black belts and everything else. I didn't get in fights no more. It was something people just sensed, like, you know what? I'm not going to monkey with him. I may go try this other guy, but something about that guy says, do not try him. But before that, we fighting every day, like just coming home from school. It's the craziest thing. When you know the answer, you will not get asked the question. And that's the fact, all right? So that's number 4. Please know and understand the components of your back office. It is worth so much money to you, and it will mean a lot to your knowledge, because you need to always know more than your customers or prospects, okay? Next up, number 5. This is crucial. Please put a star by this one. This is build belief. I don't have a lot of time to go through it, but the same way we gave you an exercise with number 1, write down a list of 20 reasons why you want to be successful, 20 goals, basically. We gave you something to do with number 2, place your appropriate initial order. Yeah, if let's say you got started with a gift card, but you're hearing this call, you say, man, I want to make $100,000 next year. I want to retire from my job. You need to go ahead and place an appropriate initial order tonight. You can fix that issue tonight, because now you've been empowered with the information, right? We talked about your desire to learn. You're learning now, and now you have an opportunity to change. Go get the correct order. Okay, if you're not on autoship and you're saying, you know what? I want to make $100,000 next year. I really want to retire from my job. I want to take a vacation with my family. That's one of my 20 reasons why we want to go travel the world, this, that, and the third. You have an opportunity now to go set up your autoship. So you have an exercise that you can do at number 1, 2, or 3. At number 4, you have an exercise you can do. Okay, you can click on 3 links a day, starting the day. You'll learn some stuff, all right? As soon as we get off here, go log in, click on 3 links, read them, and move on. Click on a new 3 links tomorrow, all right? Now we're on to number 5. And number 5 is going to be to build belief. Okay, and here's the thing: you need to build belief in the following 5 areas, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. I'm gonna give you assignments here too. This is just how you got to train your new members to help them understand this. And you can even use this video as a training tool if you want. But number 1, you got to build belief in the industry. This does not take long. We have resources available at the One Team, One Dream YouTube channel, and I'm going to give you some resources right now. Okay, Coach Marcus can post these in the Supreme Team group, as well as the Go to Sana Leadership group after this, if that's okay. And I'm going to give you these resources, and all these resources are designed specifically to educate you and empower you, so you understand the business model we are a part of, and you have that belief. Because if you don't have that belief, your business will not last long, okay? So number 1, it's going to be a very short interview with economist Harvey Dent and Eric Worre. It's just a few minutes long, and this is Harvey Dent, super smart guy, talking about the network marketing business model. The second one is going to be Tony Robbins. Everybody knows Tony Robbins, and all of these videos are located on the One Team, One Dream YouTube channel. I recommend you watch these videos once a day for the next 6 days, okay? In this order: Harvey Dent and Eric Worre. The second one is going to be Tony Robbins, all right? Tony Robbins and Eric Worre is doing an interview on the network marketing business model and why Tony Robbins is such a big fan. It's just a few minutes long. Please watch that one tomorrow, and that will be Wednesday. Thursday, I recommend you watch my personal favorite. It's going to be a video between Dr. Charles King, Harvard-educated Dr. Charles King, and Tim Sales. Dr. King is a Harvard-educated businessman and doctor. He loves the network marketing business model, and he's having a very short, few minutes long conversation with Tim Sales, a network marketer who's made over $60 million, 60 million. Okay, 60 million. And they're having a great short conversation about how powerful this business model is. That's three. The fourth one is going to be called A Perfect Business by Robert Kiyosaki, real estate multi-billionaire. It's 9 or 10 minutes long. The fifth resource is going to be called Brilliant Compensation. It's about 20 minutes long, and it's going to be a full-length video by Tim Sales, the same Tim Sales who made over $60 million in network marketing. And last but not least, it's an hour-long video. You should watch that one 6 days from now, okay? And that will, because you watch one video per day, and that is going to be by Eric Worre, and that video is called Rise as the Entrepreneur. And you can watch all of these videos for the lean, mean price of free $99 on our One Team, One Dream YouTube channel, the greatest online resource in the history of network marketing. Thank you, Coach Marcus, for curating that channel as the multi-million-dollar professional you are. So that's going to be how you build belief in the industry. Watch the videos. You're welcome. Thank me later, okay? The second thing you want to build belief in is the company. Well, how do I do that? Clicking on 3 links a day. Some of those links are going to be about the owners of the company. Some of the links are going to be about the product formulator. Some of the links are going to be about the history of the companies, the fact that the company is debt-free, multi-million-dollar companies. They've been around for years. Excuse me. You build your belief in the company by clicking on those links and looking at the back office and saying to yourself, this company has websites that cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars to put up on servers. And so that all these people, I get a website, everybody get a website. What scammers would put together something that costs them this much money? None. Okay. So you're going to build belief in the company by looking at the quality of the resources in the back office and learning the information about the owners, the product formulators, the history of the company, and so on, and this, that, and the third. The third thing you want to have belief in is going to be the pay plan. Okay. How do you do that? Get a sale. When you see that direct deposit, put in the comments if you ever gotten a direct deposit from our company. Just put me. Put a big fat me in the comments if you ever got a direct deposit from our company. Let's just see Seymour, Shauna, Stu, Elizabeth, Marcus, Katrina, Gina, Miriam, Morgan, Charlotte, Tommy, Jessica, Kenya, Lillian, Marcellus, Rob, Yolanda, Angela. So many people getting money. Mandy, Coach Troy, getting money from the company. Samantha's, look, Belinda. Like there's so many people, dozens of people getting money. You don't have to listen to them. Go find out for yourself. But the company does pay significant income. You'll be, Linda got paid. Facts. Rick got paid. Fantastic. Way to go. So you're going to have to experience that for yourself. And using the things that you learned tonight, you'll be able to get that first 1 or 2 sales. Don't worry. Okay. So you got to build belief in the industry, like the business model of network marketing. We told you how to do that. You got to build belief in the company. We told you how to do that. You got to build belief in the pay plan. You got to do that. Missy got paid. Fantastic. We told you how to do that. You got to have belief in the product. How do you do that? You just use it. You just use the product. Yolanda's gotten paid several times. Way to go, Yo-Yo. Way to go. You just use the product. Like this product's called Every Day. I'm doing the training on this one next Tuesday. Let me show you how to take this product. And of course, consult your doctor, healthcare professional, obviously. But you just you shake it up. You unscrew the bottle. You use the little dropper. You put it under your tongue. You leave it for 60 seconds, and then you swallow it. That's it. That's just this product. Each product has different directions. So read the responsible safety precautions, okay? But incredible product. I'm gonna train on this on Tuesday. Don't worry, okay? Yeah, the product information pages are great, all right? Now, the last, so you build your belief in the product by using the product and getting a testimony. No, it actually tastes minty. Every Day tastes kind of minty. It's still a natural flavor, but it tastes minty. But you can always add it to something else if you want. I just like taking our products raw. That's how I roll. But I always read the safety precautions. And we got raw superfood products with no preservatives, no artificial sweeteners and things of that nature. It has peppermint oil in this one, so it is minty. I like it a lot, okay? And so we'll talk about that product. Tuesday night training, 8:00 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna, next Tuesday, we're gonna be doing a training on this one on Every Day. So tune in for product training next Tuesday, okay? All right, so the last thing that you want to have belief in, and let me do this, because you want to have belief in a product, if you have a cool product testimony, can you please put that in the comments right quick? Keep it short. If you lost weight, put how much weight you lost. If you had pain and the pain went away, if you couldn't sleep and now you can sleep, put what product helped you and put what your product testimony is in the comments. I just want to read a couple of those if you got some good ones. And we'll come back to that in a second. Now, the last area that you want to have belief in is going to be belief in yourself. This is huge. Belief in yourself is huge, because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to make it. The Bible even says, like I repeated earlier, as a man or a woman thinketh in their heart, so is he. Okay, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You got to believe that you're a top earner before you're a top earner. Miriam says with Slimmer Max, she lost 118 pounds. Kara says with the Essential Oil Rescue Duo, she alleviated her back spasms. Mandy says calm for anxiety. Marcus says Entourage stopped his knee pain. Seymour says black seed oil reversed his liver damage. Coach Troy, which one is Coach Troy right here? Shauna says she lost 50 some pounds. Okay, Coach Troy says he has Black Panther agility by using fulvic acid, and he's over 50 years old. Can I tell y'all a quick product testimonial about Coach Troy before we move on to number 6? And remember, the last thing you got to have belief in is yourself. And the number one way you can have belief in yourself is going to be doing personal development every day. The first 6 days, you should be watching videos on industry validation. I've told you all of those videos. On day 7 to 1 million, you need to be watching one video a day on the following areas: motivation, leadership, and personal development. Growing yourself as a person. You need to watch one video per day for the rest of your network marketing career, however long it's blessed to be, okay? So that is how you build yourself. You need to be hearing positive information. Faith comes by hearing. You need to be hearing positive information about yourself, growing yourself as a person. If your business isn't growing, okay, if your business isn't growing right now, it's because it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. Your business will never outgrow you. Yes, affirmations are very, very important. They're just prayers we speak out loud. They're perfect, and it makes sense because you got to build yourself up. You got to believe in yourself. I'm telling you, that is a fact. But quick testimony before we move on to number 6. So at our, Treetop Troy, tell him, MJ, Treetop Troy. This is what happened. So at our last boot camp / family reunion, we had, the last one was in Atlanta. All right, it was incredible. But the one before that was in Denver, Colorado, and we all hiked the mountains, one of the steepest mountains in Denver, and we are dying going up this mountain, but not Rick, not Troy. They are blazing up the mountain. Now, Jonas made it up the mountain pretty quick too, but that's because Melissa put Jonas in charge of our water, and Jonas had all the water. So me, Melissa, and MJ are dying of dehydration at high altitudes because Jonas took off with all our water. Let that not disturb Treetop Troy. Coach Troy made it up the mountain, okay? And we're all literally exhausted resting. We're looking around for Coach Troy. We can't find him, just can't find him. Someone says, man, Troy's over there in that tree. We look over, it's a 20 to 30 foot high tree, and Coach Troy literally pulled some gloves out of his bag and climbed the tree. He's wearing canvas Vans shoes. He's not wearing hiking boots or nothing. Climbs the tree and is up in the tree waving at people. They had United States Olympic team athletes as well as the U.S. Air Force Academy training that same day, and they couldn't do that. Troy is over 50 years old. He looks like he's like 19, and he attributes it to the superfood vegan lifestyle. But on top of that, the fulvic acid and these superfood products give him energy that regular human beings simply do not have. Okay, so that being said, his call sign is Treetop Troy. Yeah, he climbed some rocks. It was just wild to watch. These products literally turn the clock back on aging inside your body. So if you don't feel like you want to feel, you just kind of dragging, dive into these products. They're going to be amazing for you. And yes, feel free to use the testimonials with the permission of the people who gave them, okay? Now, here's the thing about building your belief in yourself. You got to ask yourself, when you get involved in this business and you're about to sponsor somebody, is the opportunity better or worse because of me? You got to ask yourself that. Look in the mirror and say, is the opportunity better or worse because of me? Now, I feel personally for me, I bring a lot of value to my team and organization and the company. I feel a company, the Green Organics family companies, Go to Sana and Heart Body Naturals, I feel like the companies are slightly better because I'm involved, okay? You have to ask yourself, is the company better off because of me? Is the company worse off because of me? Or is the company neutral because of me? Okay, like I'm just kind of just floating like a crab in a bucket. I'm just floating through the ocean of this company. You have to ask yourself when you're building belief in yourself and the company and the pay plan and the products and these type of stuff, is the company better off because of you? Okay. And if the answer to that question is no, you definitely want to start doing personal development, leadership videos daily to build yourself into the type of person that brings value wherever you go. Okay. So that being said, we're going to move on to number 6. Last thing I tell you about number 5, because I love it so much, I can't let it go. It's hard for me to let it go because building belief is so important. You will be paid when you join this business. Hear me out. This is for my new members. Tell this to your new members. You'll be paid again for every good thing you've ever done when you join this company. People, if you're a person who's done good deeds and really sold value and you're a good person and people like you, they respect you, you're going to find it easier to acquire customers and distributors. Does that make sense? But if you're the type of person who's been real shady, real cheap, real bummy, moving real suspicious, real dishonest type person, it's going to be a little harder for you because you got a ways to go to build yourself into the type of person that deserves to have a 6 and 7 figure business and to impact lives at the level that we do. So I'm gonna say it again. When you join this company, you're going to be paid again for every good thing you've ever done. To put it another way, the person you were before you joined is going to bless you or curse you when you join. Okay, that is a fact. So kudos to everybody who's doing personal development, who's lived a solid. Try to be solid, man. Try to be solid. All right. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very important. Number 6, and I heard trading. This is going to be to create a preliminary candidate list. Number 6, create, and we're almost out of time, so I got to rush through these. Create a preliminary candidate list. Okay, I just recommend you make a list of 25 to 50 people just to practice on, honestly. And the first 12 of that 25 people should be people closest to you in life. Now, listen very closely to this one on number 6 and put in parentheses, hot market. This is very important for my new members. You got to learn this. You have to. Okay. As a new member, let me tell you what 80% of network marketers do. They go to all their friends and family and coworkers and tell them how excited they are. And they should, hey, join my business. You should join my team, join my business. You ain't made no money yet, but you telling them to join your business. They asking questions. You don't have the answers. And this is the worst thing that could happen. They could actually join and all y'all will be lost together and go broke together. Okay. Because you ain't learned nothing yet. The next worst thing that could happen is they say no, but they say no and they're mean about it. Oh, that's a scam. Oh, that's a scheme. Literally, I don't believe in vaccinations. That's just me. You can do whatever you want to do, and I'm all about that. But my body, my choice. I don't like needles unless they tattoo needles. I don't like no needles. But I do like the concept of a flu shot. I never give flu shots because I don't believe in that stuff. But I like the concept. If I give you a little bit of this disgusting stuff, it'll prevent you from getting full-blown disgusting stuff. The concept kind of makes sense, I'll be honest. In network market, I got to tell you up front, let me give you what I would consider a flu shot. But again, let me just be clear on the record. I don't believe in that. I don't do all that. Okay. This is me. You do what your doctor and your family recommend for you. I'm different. I have an immunity mindset. Thank you, Tommy. Okay. When I say I want to give you a flu shot, I want to give you a taste of what people are going to say. So when you hear it, it doesn't knock you off your square. People are going to tell you, new member, when you're joining, you say you're excited, you want to join your team and we're going to get rich together. If they say no, sometimes they're going to say no and be real mean about it. That's a scam. I knew an uncle's cousin's brother's roommate in college had a mama who had a boyfriend in high school, her third cousin twice removed, lost some money in one of those things back in 1893. You shouldn't do it. It's a scam. You're going to hear stuff like that. Okay. You have to know you're going to hear it and say, you know what? Will Sanders, he's a millionaire. He told me you were going to say that, Jeffrey. He told me, so I'm not even offended. This guy might as well be psychic. Let me go see what else he said. I'm looking out for you and your new team and educating you on the fact that a lot of people simply do not understand this business model at the levels you will over the next 6 days. Don't feel rushed, okay? But when you make that preliminary candidate list, the first 12 people, if you even have this many people in your life, I'm gonna tell you why. I want you to write down the people closest to you. Don't prejudge them. Don't assume that they don't want to do it or won't buy it, won't support you. Just write down their names. And I'm talking the first 12, if you're even blessed enough to have these type of people in your life, mama, daddy, cousin, brother, sister, anybody who share a bed with you, significant other, adult children or children who got lemonade stands, in-laws, whoever cuts your hair, basically people who are really close to you, who you speak with on a regular basis, people who are so close to you that if you had a flat tire at 3 in the morning, they would come get you, no questions asked. Okay. That's your hot market. Do not ask these people to join your business. I'm going to say that one more time. Write them down on number 6, your preliminary candidate list. Okay. Write down names of 25 to 50 people, but the first 6 to 12 should be the people, the chicken noodle soup list. Yes, the people closest to you in life. They got the last name as you probably, or something like that. Your best friend, your ride or die. Those folks, the salt to your pepper. Okay. Write that down. You're not going to ask them to join. Let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to say, hey, Stephen, man, we've been best friends since high school. I was the best man at your wedding. You was the best man at my wedding. You named your child after me. I named my child after you. We best friends, this, that, and the third. Man, look, you support me on everything I do. I've started my own business online. I'm not asking you to join, not even asking you to get on autoship. I'm just asking you to support me with a one-time product order. Pick whatever product you want. I have a ton of great products on my website. I've used 2 or 3 of them already. Even though I just got started, I can tell you about those. But can I count on you for your support for a one-time order as a trial customer? If you like the product, I'll show you how to get it for a discount. If you don't like the product, I'll never talk to you about it again. Next time I talk to you, we'll be talking about the football game, okay? But I want to be very transparent, very open, very vulnerable, and I want to talk to my hot market of people. That's a small group, 6 to 12 people max typically. Can you support me with a one-time order, okay? That's going to get them introduced to an incredible product. But on top of that, what else it's going to do? It's going to help you make your money back. It's going to help you break even. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to break even. If you do not understand this process of breaking even, if you're not understanding that process of understanding the people closest to you are not the people you should ask to join your business, if they happen to join your business at some point, great. But in the beginning, I'm just telling you, 20% of network marketers understand this. You should be asking for one-time custom orders, just like Girl Scout cookies. Or World's Finest chocolate. Can I count on you for your support? And they say, sure, I'll buy a product one time. What you got? How much it costs? You send them your website or tell them, look, I'll order it for you. Just send me $40 on Cash App. I'll pick out some products for you and send them to the house. Or send me $20 on Cash App. I'll find something for you. I'll send it to the house. But somewhere about 40 bucks is typically about right, okay? You're just asking for a favor. This is going to help you make your money back. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me clearly. And we're just about out of time, but I'm going to finish this out for y'all tonight for sure, because I want the recording to be there for you and your teams. If you don't focus on making your money back and help people make their money back, you're going to have a team that is going to always be whining about autoship. If you can't show them how to make their first $50, they are going to whine about that 50 BB autoship and turn it off. If you can't show them how to make their first $100 so they can make their $100 back that they spent on the 100 BB side, if you can't teach them this hot market system so they make $100 their first 30 days or more, their first 30 days, you are basically going to have a team that's always going to be whining about oh, my auto ship, oh, it costs so much, I can't afford to keep my auto ship on, because you didn't teach them something they can do, okay? There are many ways to build a business, but when you make that preliminary candidate list, the first half of that list is going to be friends and family that you want to support you with a one-time customer order. I've seen people get 10 of those orders in one day. I saw somebody get 2 out of 10. It is what it is. But typically everybody gets the order. Marcellus Mack, how many orders did you get in that 1 hour period when you were working your hot market? Let me see if Mack's on this Zoom tonight. I hope he is. Marcellus Mack out of Houston, Texas. 27. Ladies and gentlemen, he got 27 hot market orders within an hour. You think he made his money back? He sure did. He set the record. He set the record. We were all there. We were witnesses. This is all live. This ain't no story I heard. Me and about 50, 60 other people were there and we saw it. Okay. And so I think Tina Hurman, she might be on the call tonight. I think Tina got like 17 orders in less than an hour, give or take, about 17. Okay. For her hot market. Did she make her money back? Yeah. Tina's probably up around that 6-figure mark right now, probably close to 100 grand. And these are people who they haven't been here no 30 years. Okay, but they're working the systems, and the systems work when you work them. And if you can help your team make their money back, not only is that going to make you some money, but boy, they're going to feel great. So really take the time to master the hot market system. If you have questions about that, talk to myself, talk to your sponsor. Okay, All right, Tina. Oh, that's Tina. Yeah, Tina's going to probably close out 100,000 this month. She's over $90,000 in commissions. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but if there was a part-time opportunity that can make you an extra $90,000 in a relatively short amount of time, would you want to know about it? Well, congratulations. You want to call right now. Okay, you on here right now. All right. So here's the point. When you talk about that candidate list, the first half of it needs to be hot market people that you're asking for friends and favors, asking them for a favor, okay? Once you complete that process and you've made your money back, now you can go to the second half of your preliminary candidate list, which is going to be the next 12 to 25 people. Those are probably going to be social media people or people you know like tangentially from your local community, but you ain't super, super close with them. And that's the people who you introduce to the business opportunity. Why? Because when they ask you how much money you made, you can tell them the truth. You can say, well, you know, honestly, I'm not sure because I'm not done making it yet, number one. But all jokes aside, I made my money back my first week, and everything I make after this is profit. In fact, at this rate, I'll be retired by next year. Now, I'm going to give y'all that statement again because that's going to put us over into number 7. So number 6 was our preliminary candidate list and how to use the hot market system to make our money back very quickly by calling in some favors from friends or family. And remember, you'll be paid again for every good deed you've ever done. If you've done good deeds and favors for your family and friends, and you helped them move, and you was carrying that heavy furniture, and you was supporting their kids when they came to your door for Girl Scout cookies, and you was dropping your friends and family off the airport so they could save money on an Uber, you can call in some favors and it's going to go real well for you. Okay. So what the next thing that so the next thing that happens is as we move in to number 6, when you go into the other half of your preliminary candidate list, I'm talking to my new people, that's going to be Facebook and social media and some other people you know from local. They're going to ask you things like, how's it going for you? And if you don't follow the hot market system to make your money back first, you got to be honest with them. You got to say, you know what? I've been here for 2 or 3 weeks. I love the product, but I ain't made a damn dime yet. They're not going to want to do business with you, but you had to be honest. If you work the hot market system and you really master step number 6 with the preliminary candidate list, like I'm telling you, you need to do, guess what you can do? You have a story now, and they say, okay, I'm thinking about joining. Your social media friends will ask you, I'm thinking about joining. How's it going for you? And you can tell them the truth. Well, I've only been here like a week or two, but I made my money back real quick. Everything else I make now is profit. And in fact, at this rate, I'll be retired by next year. What else you got? That's a true statement, okay? So that's going to bring us over into number 7. And that's why I say that number 6. It pays you to really work hard in the beginning to craft that story. This business is easier to build fast than it is slow. I can promise you. Well, Will, okay, I got it. I got my preliminary candidate list. What do I say? Well, that's what we learned at number 7. Number 7 is, write this down, master the art of the invite. Okay, master the art of the invite. You have to know how to invite people. So we don't have time to cover that right now, but this is the number 1 skill in network marketing. I'm going to give you 2 resources right now. Okay, and one of those resources is going to be called Icebreakers by Tom Big Al Schreider. This book is, I got a copy of it somewhere around here, I'm sure. Let me find it. But the book is, I've read this book over 60 times. In fact, this book, I have several copies. One of the copies I have is autographed by Tom. It's autographed by Tom, okay? And this little book, okay, is how I used to be how I made my first $100,000 network marketing. This is how I made my first $250,000 network marketing. It's the only book I read. I read maybe one more, and I'll tell you that one too. I only read 2 books. This was it. I read this book over and over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, I read this book. Over and over and over again. I got the audio on Audible. I listened to the book every day for over 2 months. Every day, that's all I listened to. No music, just this book, this teeny tiny little book. This is the greatest tool in the history of inviting. And I've had this copy. If this one wants the autograph, I've had this for probably close to 10 years. And I got others just in case something happened at ease. Okay. This is the one. If you want to master the art of the invitation, this book, Icebreakers by Tom Big Al Schreider. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it. It's incredible. Okay, and you can get the audio. And while you're waiting for your copy on Amazon, you can also get it It's like $7. You can get it from bigalbooks.com or you can get it from Amazon. It doesn't matter. Either one, bigalbooks.com or Amazon, okay? I'm empowering you with this information. It's going to help you so much. Now, while you're waiting for the book to come in the mail, go to YouTube and put in Tom Big Al Schreiter, Schreiter, Tom Big Al Schreiter, and put in Icebreakers and watch his trainings on it while you're waiting for your book to come in. That's the best things I can do to help you become a master inviter is to get that book, read it every single day until you've read it 20 to 30 times, listen to the audiobook every single day for 30 to 60 days straight, and watch that Icebreakers video on YouTube as many times you have to until you internalize it and you become a master inviter. It is so important. It's going to revolutionize your career. It's going to save you a lot of headaches. It's the #1 book I recommend in network marketing for years, and I'm not about to change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? So that's how to invite. The last resource I'll give you for inviting is going to be a book called GoPro by Eric Worre. This is all under #7. I hope if you're a new member, you're writing this down. This is what you got to do at #7. Master the art of the invite, okay? And the book is called GoPro by Eric Worre, Worre, and he has a chapter on inviting. I recommend reading the whole book, but if you want to get good at inviting, just read that one chapter and over and over again, and it'll help you. That book is for free on YouTube. I recommend getting it from Amazon. It's also on Audible, and it's also on YouTube, but just that one chapter, you need that over and over again, okay? So master how to invite. Let's blaze through the rest. We're just about out of time. #8, okay, your new member orientation. Learn to present the business in a way that duplicates. I'm gonna say that again. Learn how to present the business in a way that duplicates, okay? So what we'll do on this Sunday, okay, this Sunday, because I don't have time, we're going to do a class on how to do a presentation. This Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom, I'm going to teach you 2 ways to do a presentation. The slow way and the fast way, and maybe a way in between, okay? So don't worry about learning how to do a presentation now. We'll teach that skill to you on this Sunday coming up at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Set your alarms and write it down. Get your teams on that call, because when you learn how to do a presentation, okay, what happens is you can teach that skill now. And so you don't have to wait for me or Coach Marcus or your sponsors or Melissa or anybody else or anybody, Charlotte, to go do your presentations for you. You are no longer chained to our schedule. You are now free to write as big a check as you want, because you're like, I'm going to do one of the best things I ever did was fire my sponsor. I fired him, okay? What does that mean? When I was first in this industry, he was cool. He helped me, showed me how to make my money back. It took a minute, but I got it. Wasn't a big deal. And then eventually I fired him. Okay? How did I fire him? I fired him because I wanted to do my own presentations now, so I had to learn how to do it. And as a bonus for the book GoPro with Eric Worre, there's also a chapter on presenting. Okay? There's also a chapter on how to do a presentation. And you can go from there, okay? Now, that being said, once you learn how to do a presentation, all you're going to be doing is, this is all you're going to do to make a ton of money. Listen, get close. Come here, get close. You're going to keep expanding your preliminary candidate list. You're going to keep adding to that list on social media and in person. You're going to master inviting so you can invite them, and you're going to present to them. That's all you're going to be doing. You're going to do that over and over and over again. You're going to make as much money as you want, and you're going to teach it. Once you do it, you have to teach it. Okay, you make your list, your preliminary candidate list, you invite them and you present to them in a way that duplicates. Because once you teach it, they have to be able to do it too, or else you won't be making residual income. But again, I'm gonna say that one more time. This upcoming Sunday, 8 p.m. Central, we're gonna do a class via Zoom on how to present online and offline, in person and otherwise. And then on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're gonna do a product training on 2 or 3 products, but mostly the everyday product with HBN. And then we'll pick the product, seeing the big picture. We'll train on that one from Go to Sign. So we'll be training on 2 products at least on next Tuesday, okay? So that's #8. Learn to present the business in a way that duplicates. And yes, sometimes it can be as simple as sending a video. True story, okay? Now we're going to move on to #9. There's only 10 steps. #9 is going to be to learn how to do new member orientations. The same stuff I've done in this video, you need to learn how to do that in person. Watch this video, make it your own. Keep 80% of the core information, take out 20 and replace it with your own personal stories and your own flair. Okay. That's what you got to do. You got a number 9. You want to be great? You want to be great? You have to learn how to do new member orientations. I can tell you how big your check is typically by the number of new member orientations taking place in your organization on a weekly basis. I'm going to say that again. I can tell you, give or take, about how big your check is based on looking at your calendar for your team and seeing how many new member orientations are taking place on a weekly basis. Ladies and gentlemen, if they are not at least, for a part-time network marketer, you should be having at least 1, 2, possibly 3 new member orientations taking place every week, or else your team is not growing. If you want to be a full-time network marketer at the top of the pay plan, your team needs to have anywhere from 4 to 7 new member orientations taking place on a weekly basis, week after week after week, month after month after month. Okay, you just have to. I'm gonna say that again. Part-time money, you need to. Once you get past your hot market and you get past the warm market, you're working social media, you're gonna sponsor a couple of people because you have a good money story about how fast you made your money back. You need to be doing 1 to 3 new member orientations a week, either you or people in your team. But that's how many new member orientations need to be taking place a week minimum if you want part-time income. You want full-time income, 75, 80, 90 grand, $100,000. You need to be making sure that there are at least 4 to 7 new member orientations taking place every week in your organization. It can be on a call. It can be a group call. It can be, in fact, I had a new member orientation call to do tonight, but what I want to do instead is do this live on video so they can tap into the video. They can get the same thing I was going to give them on a call and a lot more information, because now they have a recording and a tool that they can use to learn from. And in a pinch, they can share this information with their new member and say, okay, watch this video. Let me know what you've done if you have any questions, and we're going to implement those steps together. All right. So you got the new member orientations. Learn how to do that. That's number 9. Put a star by that. Get good at that. And last but not least, at number 10, okay, number 10 is going to be the plug in. All right. It's going to be really, you can put tap in, like TAP. The reason I say you can tap in, you got to take action and plug in. That's how you do it. The TAP and TAP stands for take action. And when I say take action, like tap in, that's it. That's the hashtag, tap in. The take action means you need to immediately take action on every one of these steps we just taught you. If you look at it, every single step we gave you has a homework assignment attached to it, either to get the icebreaker book for inviting. The candidate list homework assignment was to write down the candidate list, okay? And then contact them using the Girl Scout cookie approach for your hot market. At Build Belief, it was to watch those videos. Everything we talked about had a homework assignment tonight, if you haven't noticed. And then learn how to present the business in a way that duplicates. Your homework assignment for that is to be on the Zoom this Sunday coming up. You'll have the recording, but be on there live if possible. And then number 9, learn how to do new member orientations. What's your homework assignment for that? Watch this recording in and take notes. Get so good at it that you can do it even without the video, in your sleep, okay? And then we talk about, that's take action. And then P, tap in, stands for plug in. You got to plug in, man. I'm going to tell you, you got to get in and plug in and stay in, and you got to be plugged into what we're doing. You got to be plugged into what we're doing. Okay, you got to plug into what we're doing. It just makes perfect sense. And as a bonus on this one, and plug in means this. It means stick around and be here for at least 12 to 18 months. When I first joined, I said I wasn't looking at another opportunity for 5 years, and I haven't been here 5 years yet. So yeah, stay close to the fire and you'll stay warm. Yeah, you want to plug into what we're doing. You'll know about all the new products that come out before they come out. You'll know about the pay plan enhancements like we just had. You'll know about the events. Like, you'll know when the tickets go on sale for the event in Orange Beach, Alabama. If you want to be on the waiting list for that event, the tickets are $50. All the tickets are gone. All the early bird tickets are gone. But if you end up getting a bigger room, I can put you on the wait list because it's not going to be an infinite number of tickets. $50 per ticket, well worth it. And if a $50 ticket could teach you some skills that could make you $100,000, I think it's well worth it. And if y'all thought that this was training tonight we did was helpful, you've literally seen nothing. You've literally seen nothing yet, okay? We saved the good stuff for live and in person. So that being said, that's what we got. And the last thing I'll close with you is this. For the people who got to hop off the training, this will be recorded. For the people who are watching this on recording, my name is Will Zanders, and I love and appreciate you. Take action and implement this information and do these homework assignments ASAP, and contact your sponsor and your upline or your support team to help you implement these 10 steps as fast as possible, because that's going to help you get off to a great start. Don't wait. The business is better built fast rather than slow. And then I'm going to give you this, because you can hop off now if you need to. If you notice the 10 things we talked about tonight, if you notice these things, those 10 things that we talked about did not require you to be talented or have charisma or a big network marketing team. Think about that. Getting your auto ship taken care of does not require you to be rich, a professional network marketer, have a lot of charisma, or have a big team. Okay? Building belief doesn't require you to be rich, have charisma, or have a big team. Building your candidate list, writing down the reasons why, watching some videos, listening to an audiobook, none of that requires wealth, talent, charisma, experience, or a big network marketing team. It only requires desire and willingness. It only requires desire and willingness. If you have the desire to learn this stuff and the willingness to change enough to go do it, you are going to be wildly successful in this business by any metric. Okay? You don't need money. You don't need to know 20 million people. There are skills where we'll teach you how to build a Facebook follower list of 10, 20,000 people and get millions of views on your content. We get to that over time. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that nothing prevents you from doing any of these things. Okay, so get out of your head all of this information right here, all of it. All you need to implement it and be wildly successful is desire and willingness. And the lost secret of network marketing, like, why do you want to learn how to do, like, why do you want to master the invite? Why do you want to learn how to present the business in a way that duplicates? Why do you want to learn how to do network marketing, new member orientations, NMOs? Because the real secret to lasting success in this industry is that you have to be able to teach people to teach people to teach people. So learn this information with a certain seriousness of purpose, an eagerness and a sense of urgency, because you will have to teach this information sooner than later if you want to be great. Okay, so that's what we got. I ran a little bit long on this one. We still finished up about an hour, 10 minutes. Glad you enjoyed that. And what we'll do now, we're going to cut that recording. I'm going to stay on for just some bonus content tonight, because I promised I would get through this. I would stop not being able to finish it. And we are going to very quickly cover, for anybody who's a prepper, anybody who is ready for the zombie apocalypse, we're going to share with you the top 10 oils that you need in your bug out bag. I really recommend this, and you rotate these out over time because our oils, you only want to keep them about a year before you swap them out. So you want to swap them out. So we can go ahead and let me cut this recording, and we'll go through the top 10 list of oils you need in case of the zombie apocalypse. Y'all sit tight.